What's up, everyone? It's the boy that's Racing 97, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome everyone to Darlington Speedway in Darlington, South Carolina for race number 9 on the season 4 of the Powerade Truck Series. Halfway through the season, and we are set for the Mello Yello 200 here at Darlington. The Lady in Black. This track is a very sketchy racetrack, very narrow groove. I'm interested in what will happen here tonight for race number 9 on the season. I'm not alone for this one. I am joined by Outslam up here in the Powerade Truck Series booth.
Yeah, it's going to be a very fascinating race here from the Darlington Road. Look at who we got starting on the pole here. Zachary Fitzwater in the 75. And Fitzwater has won here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series over on my channel before. That may be a good omen for him here tonight. And we were talking last night in part-time qualifying how it may be a little difficult to make moves here on this racetrack. Fitzwater could be in a good position to finally get his first ever win on your channel, Nathan.
Yeah, you said it is hard to believe that Fitzy. He's really good on everyone's channel. Like, I think he has 26 wins on one channel, but he has 0 to show for it on my channel. He got second last time out at Kansas, though, so he's maybe getting some momentum right before the chase starts. He did go up 8 positions of points with that second place one. So maybe in his time machine here tonight, maybe Fitzy can have some good luck and get win number 1 on the channel. But it's gonna be very interesting. I think top 10 is where you want to be for sure. It might be easy to pass. It might not be easy to pass. It's the first time that we are at this version in the Power Truck Series, I believe. So, no, it's not. It's second time, but it's not the normal version. So, for me, I'm interested in what happens. What do you think we will see here tonight for these truckers?
I think it is going to be difficult to pass here tonight, but of course the cycle of pit stops that we're going to see just past halfway will definitely affect who gets the race victory. But I think the winner is going to come absolutely from the top 10, probably on that inside lane as well. Of course, I would imagine turn 1, turn 2, still going to be very dominant on the inside lane. So I'm looking at Fitzwater. I'm looking at Fitzwater on that 75. If he can get a good jump on the start, he's going to have a great opportunity getting this race victory.
And anyway, here is the point standings after a wild Kansas Speedway. Jordan Stout is still the point leader, but he only has a 4-point lead over Quentin Buchanan in second. In third, after his first win on the season, it's Chad Gronkowski, 33 points back. Fourth is Aaron Abel, back up there in the points. And Nathan Baird, the defending champion, having a quiet season but a consistent one. Now fifth in points, 55 points back. Trenton Wakefield, sixth in points, 58 points back. And seventh is Dale Campbell, 59 points back. And Fitzy with the game the pole here tonight. That makes it where he is now tied with 7th in points with Dale Campbell, 59 points back. Ninth is the big one with Bud DeQuan Jr. has as many top 10s as Hamill and Buchanan. He got a bad finish and a bad day at Kansas involved in two different instances, two different crashes. He fell to 9th in points, 62 points back, and Lance Smith Jr. is in 10th, 69 points back. And when it comes to the race to the chase stands with 3 races to go, Stout and Buchanan are basically in. If Gronkowski can have another good one here today, he could be in before Charlotte next time out. But then Aaron Abel only plus 24, Baylor plus 18, Wakefield plus 15, Hamill and Fitzy plus 14, Clown Jr., who's been one of the best all season, now all of a sudden only plus 11, and then Lance Smith Jr. plus 4. Stephen Collin is the first one out, but he has wildcard number 1, highest guy in points outside of the top 10. Eli Blake also 4 points out, Johnny Hernandez minus 6, Collins minus 7, Gordon minus 9, Juan Garcia and Matt Davis are tied by Kia minus 14, but Matt Davis has wildcard number 2 with winning at Martinsville. And then Anthony Hernandez minus 15, Reynolds minus 16, and Seidel minus 21. It is still pretty tight here in the Powerade Truck Series with 3 races to go in the regular season here in the Powerade Truck Series Season 4. Let's get these truckers rolling off for the Mello Yello 200, and it will be Zachary Fitzwater on the pole alongside the number 12 of Anthony Hernandez. And role number 2 is Dale Campbell, the Texas winner, and Benny Watson with one of his best starts on the season, not having a good season last in the full-time drivers. Clinton Buchanan second in points Starts fifth, and alongside him is the number 56 of Johnny Hernandez. And then number 4 is the most recent winner, Chad Gronkowski, and Quentin Moore, the winner at Willow Springs. And rounding out the top 10 is Matthew Burnett and Matt Stapleton rounds out the top 10. Make sure that everyone has one off, and they are. Well, Alex, who is picked to win race number 9 on the season halfway through the season after tonight?
Well, I think I've kind of indicated it already, but I don't want to jinx it, but, I'm going to go with it here. I have a good feeling about it. Zachary Fitzwater there on that 75. Great opportunity for him, and if he can get a good jump on the start, he could definitely be in contention to win this race.
Fitzy's been close a lot on my channel this season. He's been fast, off and on. Still the season good. Had a little bumps in the road in the middle part of the first half, and now right at halfway of the season, starting to get some momentum. Pace work off. Fitzy and Anthony Hernandez will lead us to the green. Is green flag racing at Darlington for the Mello Yello 200 halfway through season 4 of the Powerade Truck Series. A good jump from Fitzy on lap number 1, clean and green. And Fitzy's going to lead lap number 1 as Hamill's going to try to take second here into turn number 1.
And Fitzwater got that good jump on the start and trying to put a bit of a gap here on the rest of the field as they battle for second. And watch out for Hamill, though, on that 99. Of course, he's had a pretty solid year as well. As a matter of fact, Hamill's just above Fitzwater in the points by 1 point. But the big difference is Hamill already has a win, so he can be a little more risky in this race than Fitzwater. But we're just going to have to see. That 99 looking to the inside. A great lap right there, and he may take the lead away here.
Oh, Fitz is going to chop off Hamill into turn number 1. He's going to stay behind Fitzy, as behind Hamill is Clinton Buchanan, who enters this race only 4 points behind Stout, and Stout starts all the way back in 23rd position, so has a lot of makeup. A lot of ground makeup, and Hamill side by side for the race lead now. Now he might have it in turn number 1 here.
Yeah, if he can keep that inside in turn 1. Fitzwater able to get that outside lane to work to his advantage, and he's just barely holding on to that line. Here comes the 16 machine there of Chad Gronkowski. Great run for him. And Hamill, once again, looking to the inside. It's a great battle here for the race lead.
Fantastic stuff right now of Hamill and Fitzy, but I think Hamill's going to get finally. Sorry about that one, Fitzy, but might have to watch out for Chad Gronkowski here. No one has won 2 races this season. Chad Gronkowski quietly starting to get on a roll. Both for Tory Trucks, the 16 and 61 have been pretty fast all year long. Chad Gronkowski trying to go 2 in a row here in the Powerade Truck Series, and Matthew Burnett, he's one that's had some unfortunate luck this season, and trying to get some kind of momentum. As speaking of a guy that has momentum, here comes Sean, the winner of the Odds of the Momentum's 500 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we're starting to kind of see a bit of a cycle race. This is definitely a little bit different than what I'm used to seeing here at Darlington. That outside lane isn't near as bad as it is on the original version, and I think that's definitely creating some interesting style racing here. Normally you get stuck in that outside lane in 1 and 2, you lose 4 spots like instantly, and that's not really the case. Of course, inside lane is still the dominant line, but we'll have to see if this cycles out here. As Gronkowski leads this field, and then 51 and Matthew Burnett there right in second. You got the 52 there of Eric Shawn in third. So, a lot of different guys starting up, or a lot of different guys running up front right now than what we started with initially. But Fitzwater kind of still stuck on that outside, falling back.
Yeah, I think once these tires fall off a little bit, it's about 22 laps on fuel. So once these tires fall off, it might not get as cycle as it is right now. Fitzy into that side wall. A lot of drivers just kissing it off of turn number 4 as side drive into turn number 1. Matthew Burnett, who's had a rough season, is going to go to the race lead here at Darlington, but might have to watch out for Eric Shawn right behind him.
Yeah, and these guys are not spreading apart from each other like we're used to seeing, so a bit of a pack race here at Darlington. I mentioned, this was the original Super Speedway. It's kind of playing out a little bit like a Super Speedway race in a way. Got the 20 machine right there as well. Trenton Wakefield. A lot of younger drivers, a lot of rookies kind of running up front right now here in this race, which is kind of uncommon for a track as difficult as this one. But got Derek Campbell there back on the inside, looking for third on Burnett.
Yeah, I have to wait and see. Trenton Wakefield, he won at All Club, and that race was as topsy-turvy as it can be. Few mileage race as it sometimes ends up working out to be at All Club. Wakefield trying to get his second win on the season. Buchanan back there into the outside wall. Wakefield out front with Hamill right behind him. Here comes Abel, fourth in points, I believe. So trying to get some points up there. And same with Chris Reynolds and Ben Watson having a fantastic one for struggling this season. As Hamill going for the race to lead, and tires are not cycled off quite yet. And this is not what I was expecting here at Darlington for these truckers.
Yeah, not at all, and very unique race going on right here. And I'm a little concerned when we get to the cycle of pit stops, assuming we're still green flag at that point. You know, these guys are going double wide throughout most of the field, trying to come down to the pit lane. We could end up seeing a wreck as that cycle begins. So, going to be interesting to see if that's the case. Hey, don't look now. Here comes Benny Watson in the 23. Hey, Grant Enfinger won recently in real life. You know, I wore my Grant Enfinger stuff today, so all a good omen there for that 23, I guess. But 61 up there as well, Chris Reynolds. Watch out for him. And then you got the 4 here of Aaron Abel looking to get around this 99 machine of Derek Hamill. Definitely going to be interesting to see if anyone can get around Hamill. I'm feeling pretty good about this 99 at this point of the race. He got to the lead, lost it, then came back and took it away. That's usually a good sign for someone to get a race victory here.
Yeah, and Derek Hamill, he dominated at Texas a couple of weeks ago. He was very, very fast at Kansas as well, but didn't get the race victory. So I think this 99 team of Derek Hamill and Thorsport might be peaking at the right time, because this is the third straight race in a row that they've been really, really fast, and they might get the second win in 3 races here. Hamill out front, Abel, Reynolds, Watts in the top 4, and then Wakefield rounds out the top 5. Gordon and sits as here comes Abel going for the race lead.
And that's not good for Derek Hamill getting stuck in that outside lane. I mean, you look at Fitzwater, and he's still... actually, he is back on that inside lane right there, but... You see how many positions Fitzwater fell back when he got passed there by Hamill, and just getting stuck in that outside lane. And right there you go. Hamill losing 3 positions, 4 positions. That outside lane's definitely back in a position where it is not where you want to be. And all those guys on the inside getting around the 99 now, as here comes the 61 machine of Chris Reynolds. Looking to the inside for the race lead, and Benny Watson right there as well. And that inside lane looking very strong here at Darlington.
Yeah, I think once... we are 15 laps in on these old tires. The outside lane is not really you want to be in. These guys are really dropping like flies. A couple of drivers are getting into the outside wall. Darlington Stripes and Watson, the last guy in points that has made every start this season. Of course, being a full-time driver, not a good season whatsoever. Trying to get a rebound and trying to do what Inventor did in real life. And
here we go.
Here we go.
I'm liking this. I can't say much about Benny Watson, though, in terms of how good of a driver he is on my channel, because he's my driver, and I'm not going to have him drive on my channel. That's just how I roll with that. So, yeah, definitely a good run there for the 23 of Benny Watson, no doubt about it, but here comes the 20 machine right back to the inside, and we just keep on cycling through here. It's very fascinating. No one seems to have an advantage right now here in this race. Oh, but Watson going to cut him off right there.
That was very, very close. Turn 1 and... especially in turn 1, they can sometimes side draft and they get very, very close with each other. And also, look at this, the point leader, Jordan Stout, from 23rd place up to 3rd.
That's a good run there for the points leader. Hey, that runs like that are why he's the points leader. You know, you can finish well no matter where you start. Those are typically the drivers who end up running very well in a championship, as the 20. Gonna make that one look easy there. Here comes Elijah Gordon in the 1 machine as well. 66 right there behind him of Trinity Ida. And Watson now stuck in the outside lane. And that 20 machine, look at the lead that Wakefield ended up putting on the field right there.
Massive gap from Trenton Wakefield. And I think that Gordon got stuck side by side with Watson, and that held up the entire field. And now Gordon's going to try to pull away and catch up with Wakefield. And it's going to be interesting what happens here. Wakefield trying to get win number 2 on the season. Gordon, he's had a rough season. Ida, she's had a rough season. And well, Here comes the Season 1 champion, Juan Garcia up front as well, as Aya's going to battle for second.
You see Watson there, and of course Jordan Stout also getting stuck in that outside lane. And then don't look now, here comes Fifthwater back on the inside. But we're closing in here on pit stops. This is definitely going to get interesting when we get to that cycle, and
should be any time
we'll definitely
now.
see this field spread out once the cycle is complete. We'll see if anyone comes down this time. I think you said about 21, 22 lap fuel run for these guys, so it's going to be quick here, and it'll definitely determine who gets the race victory.
Yeah, this race could easily go caution-free after the cycle ends up getting completed, and definitely what we saw was after 12 laps or so, tires really took into effect, and now this field is very split out, and guys like top 5, top 7 might be in a good spot depending on what happens during pit stops.
And all of a sudden, I think the tire wear really coming into effect. These guys starting to spread out significantly throughout the field, so you got the four truck breakaway, I should say, and then you got the 52 there, and the 75 there of Fitzwater by themselves. But now we're starting to really get single file, so these guys are definitely getting prepared to come down the pit lane here to avoid contact.
Yeah, should see it very soon, I would imagine. Have to see. No one is coming down yet. That is very interesting. Should be about this time, so maybe they were able to save enough fuel to stretch it a little bit. Not entirely sure, but Gordon's still out front here in front of Wakefield.
Wakefield's out front.
Yeah, Wakefield's out front with Gordon in second. And oh, here we go. That's what happened. They were able to stretch it a little bit. And I think a lot of them might come down here on that 23 now.
You gotta be careful coming down here not to get involved with anything. I think these guys coming down early are going to be at the advantage, as Owen Miles there. That's a tough break for him as he advanced on last night in the part-time qualifying session. But with the way the tire wear is here at Darlington, those who come in earlier tend to have the better advantage than those who stay out. So imagine these guys who are down right now, they're going to probably jump these guys who are coming in at the moment.
And I think everyone else should be coming down here, and looks like that is the case about half pit on lap 23, and everyone else pit on lap 24. So I guess they were able to stretch it another lap or so here at Darlington than what I originally anticipated as more. It's gonna win the race off pit road with the first bunch of trucks.
Oh wow, this is interesting because I'm totally different set of drivers who ended up moving themselves up front.
Twait Smith out front out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we saw, maybe some strategy if these guys may have taken 2 tires, trying to get the track position compared to a 4-tire stop for some of these other guys.
Yeah, we might have seen 2 versus 4, and I think these guys are all the way off pit road, so it's gonna be interesting. And oh no, Jack Wankowski with a bad pit stop. Halfway for the most recent win, and this is gonna be very interesting. I think they're probably right. I think some drivers took maybe 2 tires and some took 4. And I don't know, maybe someone decided to gamble and take no tires. I'm not entirely sure. But all of a sudden, the Willow Springs runner Quinn Moore is going to be up here in the top 5 with a potential shot. But the overcut's going to be what ends up working here, as Aya's going to be the race leader with Ruiz in second, Lance Mastrina in third, Moore in fourth, Watson in fifth, as Ormond, the Richmond winner, as I don't know what's going on with the 88 and the 20 right there.
Utilizing the extra room there on the apron.
Man, oh
man.
I
will say, very high grip version of Darlington. I don't know if the tire wear is as significant as we normally see on the original version of this track. And, I think the way these guys are just ripping it around here, we're not seeing near the fall off we're used to. Normally we get a 2.5, 3 second fall off per lap. I don't think we're quite at that level here for these guys. So that 2-tire stop may end up working out for some guys. And it may have worked out for Trinity Ida, because I think a lot of those guys who came down a lap later probably went 2 tires and kind of jumped a lot of these guys who went 4.
Yep, quite possibly. Might have to mess with the iron so tire becomes more of a factor. But still very interesting. And now I don't think it's going to be with 10 laps to go. The graph might be a little bit of a factor, but now I think it's going to really show if you have a fast truck or not. Because I that point wasn't in its 45 truck's been fast throughout the season with multiple different drivers. Lance Machina has had some stretches of races where he's been fast, and more he's been a very topsy-turvy. Of course, one at Willow Springs, but that's about the only bright spot all season long in Watson. Of course, we've mentioned of how his season's gone. But these two have a win, Wakefield and Ormond. Great one for the season 1 champion Mark Garcia in 8th, Matthew Burnett in 9th, and Benny Moore out inside the top 10 to Ray Smith. Out of nowhere, Winslow, Weem, and how about that? The highest part-time 12th, Logan Williams up here just outside the top 10. As where did the let's see here. Sean fell back deep. Jordan Stout fell back deep. Same for Clinton Buchanan. Fitzy fell back very deep. He's, I believe, in 29th. So something must have happened during these pit stops, and some drivers really got bad stops. And unfortunately, some of those were Stout, Buchanan, and Fitzwater. But we don't have a race on our hands with 7 laps to go over the top 4.
Maybe the top 5. I'm hoping the top 5. But yeah, those pit stops, I mean, that shook up the field way more than I think we expected it to. And we're still going to have ourselves a great race. You know, this reminds me a lot of that Wawa Cup Series race that we had. I'm not going to spoil anything beyond that, Nathan, because I know you haven't seen that yet. But, you know, we got a lot of guys just bunching right up here near the end of this race, and that's when things can get really interesting. The baby Ruiz there on the 45 trying to close in here on the 66 machine. Have to see if he can pull something off right there. And then you got the 32 as well. Linus Smith Jr. up here. Yeah, Linus Smith Jr.'s won a Turkey Hill Series race here back in 2020. He won here, so I'm surprised to see him run well. As Wakefield, you know, watch out for this 20. Maybe one of the drivers who took 4 tires. Wakefield may very well close in here, but with only, you know, now 5 laps to go in this race, I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time. And now we're seeing the difficulty for these guys to make passes as the 66 at Trinity Ida has been able to lead ever since the cycle of pit stops ended.
Yeah, now I think Travis is starting to take into effect as a great 3 and 4 from the 45 of Liz. As Watson taps the outside wall, this thing is far from over 4 laps to go. If these top 4 decide to get side by side, that might allow Wakefield to get up here, but I think it's going to be too late for Wakefield in this number 20 machine. Still going to be a great... Maybe.
See, if these guys start passing each other, you know, he can definitely get a few made without him having to do the work for it. And right there, you know, watch out here, because now Ruiz going to get stuck on the outside if the 32 can hold the inside. And I'd imagine, well, not going to be the case, as Ruiz going to hold the outside right there, but I don't know. I felt if Smith kind of got to the inside there, Ruiz, then that 45 would have slipped back enough to where Wakefield may have been able to make the move. But I don't know. This 45 might be holding everyone else back, and that's good news for Ida to possibly get this win.
Yeah, Ida's not a good season in this number 66 machine for Thor Sport. And this 45, I think they're right. I think this 45 is holding the 32, the 25, and the 20 up with only 2 laps to go now. Here at Darlington, this might be Ida's race to lose at this point.
We'll have to see. 45 kind of has that gap, you know, and then everyone else is right on the back bumper of the 45. Never know. White flag in the air for Trinity Ida. It's going to take a lot, I think, to dethrone this 66 at this point.
Final lap here in a caution-free Mello Yello 200. Pretty good to see after we've seen a lot of cautions in the last 2 races. 2 at Texas and 2 at Kansas. Caution-free here at Darlington. And Ida out of nowhere, flipping the switch during pit stops. And I think Noah Cliffs is going to be happy. His development driver is going to win. Trinity Ida will win the Mello Yello 200 at Darlington.
Off the cycle of pit stops as well. She stayed out a lap later and had the strategy go to her favor. And she's going to get the race victory here at Darlington. This is a great place to get a win, too.
Yeah, great win for sure. And I didn't think that was going to happen if you stay out 1 lap later than everyone else and kind of split. But some drivers pit on lap 23 and some pit on lap 24. I didn't think that the overcut was going to work out as well as it did for Ida, Perez, Smith, and more. But it did. So these guys might have to put that in their notes next time we come here at Darlington. maybe stay out longer than everyone else, and you might go to victory lane just like the number 66 of 20 Ida. But a pretty good race, a different race than what we normally see at Darlington, but a very fast race as well, 169.099 miles an hour, so pretty fast for Darlington standards, I do believe. Aya gets the win, Lee's in second, great one for him for that. Now also number 45 team, Lance Smith Jr. in third, Quentin Moore in fourth, Wakefield in fifth, Watson in sixth, Burnett seventh, Moore eighth, Winslow ninth, and Bradley Ream in tenth. That's another guy that I've not seen a lot this season. So Watson, Burnett, Winslow, Ream, and maybe not Winslow, but especially Burnett, Watson, and Ream. They've all struggled this season, and they all get top 10 season. Nice to see that. And same for Aya. I'm pretty sure she's also struggled as well. The highest part-timer is Logan Williams in 13th, Trey Smith from Juan Garcia 11th and 12th. Ormond, Gordon, Crown Jr. rebounds a little bit. Sean Stout in 18th. Devello, Lona, Monaco, Bright, Davis, Oskin, Pullen, Buchanan in 26th. So Stout's going to gain some points on Buchanan. Not a good night for both of those drivers, but still Stout gonna gain on Buchanan for the regular season championship. And a tough night for Fitzy. I thought he was gonna have a good shot still on the pole, but it was not like what we expected. And we saw a few drivers work their way up through the field, but unfortunately Fitzy got stuck in the back, and by the time he was working his way up to the front, pit stops happened, and he went back to the back of the field. And Fitzy, Seidel, Collins, Reynolds, Baylor a bad one, Collin a bad one, Gronkowski a bad one, Abel a bad one, and Dale Campbell probably had the truck here tonight, but if not at the right time before pit stops, and unfortunately in 36th place. Then the only DNF here tonight was Owen Miles with a blown engine light coming down to pit road for the 25 stop. A picked point for him. A caution for race Alex, but a pretty interesting one here at Darlington for the Mello Yello 200.
Absolutely. You don't need cautions here for it to be a good race. And the races we saw over in the Wawa series absolutely prove that. But great job out of Trinity United's team there on the strategy. I mean, she kind of came out of nowhere to really take that lead. And once they were done with the cycle, it was difficult to pass. No one can make a move. And Ida was able to get the advantage there. So great job out of the 66 team to get it done. And they absolutely deserve that one.
Yeah, for sure. I have to see what that does for that number 66 team. And I don't think that they're going to make the chase. I could be wrong, but you guys will find out here momentarily. Huge thanks for Alex for joining me up here in the booth. And as of this race, I'm gone. I'm at Indy. I believe Alex will be at Indy later on. Next time out at Charlotte. Well, by the time the truck's going to Charlotte, I think he'll be there or somewhat. So yeah, when you see this race,
I'll be nearby. Yep.
Nearby, yeah. Let's just say that. But yeah, for Darlington and Charlotte especially, I won't be here. So I hope you guys enjoy the Darlington and Charlotte. And that's about it. And huge congratulations to Aya for getting the race victory here for the Powerade Truck Series. Halfway through the season, it's flown on by, and we got a second half of the season left to go. And we got to crown a champion as well. Until next time at Charlotte next week, we will see you guys later, and the points, chase points, and look here the gear points are coming up next. Congratulations to I on the race victory, and I will see you guys next time at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Bye!